Treat me as your friend, not a number in your database. Co-designing with children to cope with datafication online. Today, children are spending more time online than ever before. Children's data and action are being pervasively recorded, tracked, aggregated, analysed, and exploited by online services, which can be used to manipulate their online behaviour. This contributes to the so-called datafied childhood. Data collection and analysis on a massive scale responds first and foremost to a business logic. At the core of this datafication is online service ability to make data inference on children, that is to analyze their data supported by algorithms with the aim to evaluate certain personal aspects relating to a natural person. In this paper, we aim to extend existing understandings and examine how children would like to be supported in order to take action on the datafication practices. More specifically, we aim to explore two research questions. How do children currently perceive datafication and envision themselves to be supported? What kind of designs are desired and needed by children to help them navigate datafication? In our work, we conducted 10 co-design sessions with 53 children from local schools, during which children are considered to be equal design partners with adult co-design partners. Each co-design composed of 3 activities: the first, a pre-design activity, the second, a fictional inquiry session, and the third, a big paper feature redesign session. The warm-up session included a game of throwing ball and invited everyone in the room to share their favorite YouTube video with others. This session was designed as a break the ice session to help the children to relax and get familiar with each other and the researchers. In co-design activity 1, we conducted a fictional inquiry session. For this, we created an original story titled Noah and Lola and a Close Encounter of the Third Kind. The story describes Noah and Lola, who are brother and sister, meeting the YouTube elf, representing the YouTube platform, one day and having to decide what to do with the elf. In the story, the datafication practices were described to children through conversation through the 3 main characters, and the story was left open-ended. The group was then split into 2 design teams, each with 2 to 3 children and 1 adult, to draw their suggestions about what Noah and Lola should do with the YouTube elf. In the co-design activity 2, we presented children participants with a collection of design mock-ups in different transparency and control mechanisms of YouTube. Each design team was invited to think about how they would like to redesign the given mock-ups. Each team received a packet of printouts of the mock-ups, pens and pencils, scissors, markers, and tape to mark up printouts with their suggestions, additions, and changes. In general, we noticed that children's understanding of datafication aligns with their age group, and children from different age groups demonstrate different understanding of datafication, including how data are collected, how data are shared, and how may they be used to make inference on them. In part 2 of the study, children were guided to draw their own endings to the fictional storyline provided to them, making suggestions to the fictional siblings regarding what they should do with the YouTube elf. This activity encouraged children to think about how they would perceive and cope with datafication. In general, children in our study demanded for more respect from platforms, unbiased digital experiences, and fundamental changes to be made to the datafied society. In part 3 of the study, children were asked to comment and redesign the provided mock-ups. We observed 3 themes about how children would like to be supported when coping with datafication practices on YouTube. First, children demonstrated age-related design needs for them to make more informed choices. Second, children envisioned more autonomy-supportive designs for more active engagement. Finally, children desired for humane designs that treat them in more respectful ways. Importantly, these proposed design mechanisms aligned closely with the themes emerged from their envisioning on how to cope with datafication during the fictional inquiry session, demonstrating children's desire of transforming their conceptualization to concrete design practices. Through our co-design activities, we identified a strong need for providing age-appropriate support for children of different ages. Our results show that the depths of children's understanding of datafication vary significantly between age groups, prompting the importance for future designers to rethink what transparency means for children of different age groups. Another key insight from our findings is children's strong desire on self-autonomy over their own digital experience and significant willingness to configure the datafication practices on them. This indicates a strong need to reposition children as active participants than passive consumers in the process of designing empowerment tools for them. Another interesting theme observed from our finding is children's great willingness in building a positive friendship with the online platforms, and their desire in being treated in more humane ways. They want to be treated as a human, not a random number in a database. Such an expectation echoes with his recent line of work in UX literature around designing for dignity, humane-by-design, which promotes designing systems so that users experience dignity throughout the systems. And its core holding is that the designers must view the users not just as a means to making capital, but treat them with respect and dignities themselves. Finally, a strong theme of data activism emerged from children's discussion, and these young data activists are demanding actions to be taken. Previous research have attempted to address children's autonomy online mainly through supporting them with improved behavioural autonomy, such as dealing with excessive nudging or database behavioural manipulations within the existing data ecosystem, which undoubtedly is important. However, our work suggests that such support is probably not sufficient when children demand for more fundamental changes to be taken and more fundamental autonomy to be regained. As children are growing up in the age of datafication, children's data are now being routinely used to profile, analyze, and make predictions about them. Our findings contribute a first understanding of how children aged 7 to 14 would like to be supported with datafication and what future data-driven digital experiences should be like for them, who demand a shift of the current data ecosystem towards a more humane-by-design and autonomy-supportive nature. We hope that our findings will support future designings for children in accommodating their diverse needs and lay down the foundation for a more ethical data governance structure for children in the future.